I'm FJ Law for We Found New Music, and this is my song called No Hard Feelings. What did they say? Don't fix it if it's not broken. But I'm in your way, and I don't know what we're holding on to. I hate to say, when I'm with you I feel lonely, 'cause I get frustrated, try not to hate the shit you do. When I know this could taste sweeter, would the grass be greener? And I don't wanna lose you, but it don't make sense to keep you. And I don't wanna hurt nobody, I just wanna be somebody else. If you need to make me the bad guy, you can hold it against me if that helps. Too far gone to go back where we started, but if we can skip the bleeding, we can leave it at no hard feelings. No hard feelings. Everything's changed, I guess that's just life unfolding. It's hard every day to find out it's not worth holding on to. And cruelly to face, it comes in waves. I won't admit it don't feel the same. Maybe one day when I see your face I'll double take. I know this could taste sweeter, would the grass be greener? And I don't wanna lose you, but it don't make sense to keep you. And I don't wanna hurt nobody, I just wanna be somebody else. If you need to make me the bad guy, you can hold it against me if that helps. Too far gone to go back where we started, but if we could skip the bleeding, we can leave it at no hard feelings. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. I'm FJ Law, this is for We Found New Music, and this is my song Catching 22. Stood up by the airport, yeah, started at the end. The way you're hanging on to me, it fucks with my head. You're playing on a chessboard, you're making moves again. I know you're keeping my clothes in your apartment, and I learned to slow. I'm old enough to know that somehow with you I don't. So I need to leave this party, 'cause your body beats my mind. Now you got me catching 22, and it's like you want me but you don't want me. I'm yours but you're not mine. Now you got me catching 22, and it's like stomach in the notion to forget everything, swallowing the feelings down like daily medicine. Perpetual emotion, the mess you got me in. You cool me up to cool me round, cool as just friends. And we learn too slow, we're old enough to know that somehow with you I don't. So I need to leave this party, 'cause your body beats my mind. Now you got me catching 22, and it's like want you but you don't want me. I'm yours but you're not mine. Now you got me catching 22, and it's like stood up by the airport. Yeah, it started at the end. The way you're hanging on to me, it fucks with my head. You're playing on a chessboard, you're making moves again. I know you're keeping my old clothes in your apartment.
Hey guys, Grant Owens here on We Found New Music. We're joined by FJ Law, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
FJ Law just did his U.S. debut with us, playing his U.S. debut shows with us here at We Found New Music, and it's been a great time. Where are you from, and how long do you plan to be in Los Angeles? And
so I'm from a little town. I live in London, but I'm from a little town on the south coast called Lymington. I don't expect anyone to really know where that is if you're an American audience, but yeah, it's on the south coast, and yeah, I live in London and do music in London. Yeah, that's where my studio is and where I do most of my work. Yeah.
And what did you play for us today?
So I played, what did I play? No Hard Feelings and Catching 22. So I guess my most streamed song and then one of the latest singles from my last EP.
Sure. Yeah, we know the Catching 22 or Catch 22?
Catching 22, yeah.
We know that one from a few years back. Definitely a great one to introduce yourselves to FJ. Now let's catch up a little bit. How are you finding your trip? Are there any favorite parts so far from coming to LA?
Yeah, I mean, LA, this is like my first time here, so like it's quite overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. It's like a very big place. Like, I remember sort of like when we were flying over, I flew in at night and it just kept going. It was like you can probably fly over London in like 5-10 minutes, but like we were flying over LA to get into LAX and it just like kept on going. But yeah, it's a great place. So much like creativity here, I think, as well. Like, I mean, it seems like every person here is kind of like either an actor or like I mean, even my Uber ride here, I was speaking to him and he saw that I had a guitar and then he mentioned that even he was J-Lo's bassist. Yeah. And he was an Uber driver. So I mean, it seems like everyone's creative here, but yeah, it's been a really cool experience.
I mean, that can really push you forward if you're like, oh cool, we have this in common. What can we do? Like, yeah. Would you want to, collaborate on something?
100%.
There's like more of a chance of collaboration in this type of a setting.
Yeah.
But,
there's everyone wants to collaborate here. Like, it seems like everyone wants to sort of like express themselves and like, wear what they want to wear, like say what they want to say. And like, in like a songwriting point of view, it's really, really cool to sort of be around people like that because they have no boundaries in a way. And they want to just make things to make things.
It's kind of just the setting that we're in. As an artist, people are hungry to, see if they can put something special together. And maybe you're the one that he can do it together with,
Maybe.
Look at Billie Eilish and Phineas. What would it be without the two of them together?
Yeah, maybe.
So who knows? But interesting to think about.
But yeah,
welcome to LA for the first time. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it's just such a cool place, but yeah.
So now, are there any songs you've recently released? Are you planning on releasing some soon?
So I'm in a process at the moment of kind of like, I think for all of my new stuff, it's, again, speaking of the collaborative sort of thing, it's like I'm working with loads of other singers and just other artists to kind of like get their, I guess, like, get their style on my music as well, because I love working by myself, but I think like, when you're just working with yourself, you very much put yourself in a bubble. I think like working with other singers and stuff, having their voices on tracks it means that ultimately I can write melodies that I couldn't write before, or just write songs that I couldn't pull off before. I mean, some singers that I'm working with have like a certain swag that I just couldn't ever sing myself. So for this new EP, it's going to be a very collaborative thing in terms of like getting other singers to sort of like sing on the beats that I'm making. There might be some sort of like duets, singing and stuff. Sure. But yeah, I'm super excited.
Features on the tracks.
Yeah, 100%. It's very much like a feature-based
and then,
EP.
Like, what kind of types of artists are inspiring you with this new music?
It's more like electronic than it has been before. I think like I'm going back to the old style of where I sort of learned to beat make, on a laptop and kind of, have everything just in my headphones, like working with synths that are just right here, right there. and yeah, just making beats really. Like,
So do you produce like your music yourself?
Yeah, so
initially?
I produce everything myself, and me and Kieran Scott mix it together, and yeah, so it's a very sort of like in-house project of me writing it. I write it with other people, but some with other people, a lot with myself as well. But I'll produce it all. I want it to all sound very sort of like cohesive, so I keep it very much to myself in the production point of view. But saying that, you know, with this new stuff, I'm kind of adventuring with. You know, different takes on how other artists would see my music, but that's why it's exciting finally getting to like mix other vocals like on my beats, or on my tracks, which is just super exciting.
Definitely. So that's cool that you produce all of the music yourself. It sounds really nice and polished. And you say that you produce other people as well?
Yes, so I produce like other artists. I mean, I'm here sort of, you know, obviously meeting other artists. We're sort of getting together and jamming and stuff. But back in London, I produce a range of other artists. I mean, a song that I produced came out today with another artist called Jarky Mono. He's amazing. I work with a load of sort of like English artists.
So you produce like the music side of it, and they would write it and sing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
would you ever write with them as well?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
well, we
cool.
do write it. It would be like usually I'll kind of like do sessions in my studio in London, and then we'll write together. We'll produce up the track, and then usually it'll be for them. Sometimes for myself, but usually it'll be for the other artists, and that can range from. I mean, I make a lot of electronic music for myself, but I'll do singer-songwriter stuff. I'll do pop stuff. You know, some sort of pop punk stuff.
Okay.
Sort of very sort of varied. Yeah.
Do you play a lot of shows over there in London?
A handful. Usually when I play live, it's quite like a big sort of like rig setup, and very different to the acoustic guitar.
Interesting.
This is why sort of, you know, learning.
That was a little harder to travel with.
Yeah, well, that exactly. Yeah, it's when it's just me. If I'm carrying about 7 boxes, I would have to, I don't know, hire, you know, someone to just help me carry it. But
that would be expensive to travel.
Yeah, exactly. Super expensive to travel. So like just coming with like an acoustic guitar is just easy. And plus it also means that I can kind of, you know, relearning the songs on acoustic guitar. It's just a nice thing. It exposes the lyrics of like, puts, you know, the lyrics in different contexts, which is definitely something that I've found recently. Just like after a whole load of stuff going on back home, I've kind of sort of, you know, relearned the songs and then realized like what these songs properly mean to me in a different context. But yeah, so usually when I'm back in London, I'll kind of play shows with a big electronic setup. It's almost more like a DJ set, to be honest.
Well, I mean, the coolest thing to me is you're here doing your first shows with us.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've been friends for a few years now.
Yeah.
And it's great that you reached out.
Yeah.
So thank you. I mean,
thank you.
What does it mean to be playing your first, you know, US shows? What does it mean to be playing We Found New Music? You said you had met a few people you might be collaborating with at a We Found New Music show.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the whole thing feels a bit surreal, to be honest. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have thought that sort of music would have like taken me to LA and to meet you and to do We Found New Music and stuff. So after being like a fan of it for like so long, it's like, yeah, it feels a bit. I mean, I'm looking at Sunset Strip right now, and it's like this is real. So yeah, it's really nice to sort of be in this environment. Obviously, meet the other artists that are on the bill. I know that while I'm over here, I would like to sort of, you know, hopefully get to write some songs with them and stuff. But it's surreal. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's really cool.
Seems like it's been productive trip, and you're meeting
100%.
people that you hope to continue to work with for years to come.
Yeah.
So
for sure. And again, like going back to like my new EP with like you know, all this collaborative sort of writing and production. It's like, who knows if like, you know, I'm playing the show tonight, I could meet someone who I get on with well tonight, and then we could write a song next week, and then they could be on the EP in 3 months' time. It's like that would have never have worked or never have happened if I hadn't have come here or played with We Found New Music.
All you got to do is when you're performing tonight, say, "Would love to meet each and every
who
one
wants to
of
be
you.
on my new EP? Yeah,
who wants a guest spot on my EP? I'll put you in the music video. You'll be a Simpsons character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on the artwork.
We talked about that a couple years ago, but you have some really cool animation.
Yeah.
Are you still doing that?
I want to. Yeah, I think
Do
like.
you animate them yourself?
No, I
Okay.
wish. That would be great.
I did want to test that before we go.
Yeah, CC illustrates Chelsea. She is like a unbelievable artist, and yeah, she does kind of like Simpson Futurama type like artwork, and she's done my artwork for the entirety of like,
you
my
look
project.
really cool as like a Simpsons character.
I feel like everyone looks cool as a Simpsons character.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's amazing, and but I know she's yeah. Hopefully, if we can do some more for, obviously with the collaboration stuff, it's like we can get other people to feature in the artwork, and so yeah, I would love it to carry on with her. So yeah, she's very cool. But look her up on Instagram, CC Illustrations.
Well, FJ Law, thank you so much for taking some time to catch up with us and
Thank you.
performing for us in the studio. FJ Law is definitely an artist to watch. First time in the U.S., first time in L.A. Big deal there. Thank you for making your debut with us and taking the time to stop by, and hopefully many more visits to come. FJ Law, thank you for joining me on We Found Music.
Thank you so much for having me.